Bob Arum, and brought to you this evening by Boost Mobile. Money is power. By AutoZone. Get in the zone. And by Caesars Sportsbook. And by Bud Light, the official beer of celebrations. This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the heavyweight division. Our judges at ringside, Don Ackerman, Kevin Morgan, and Robert Perez. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Harvey Dock. Introducing first out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 217 pounds, wearing black trunks with gold trim. His record, 7 victories, with only 3 defeats, 1 draw, 3 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From San Sebastian, Puerto Rico, Emilio Salas. Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 245.8 pounds, wearing white trunks with red trim. His record is perfect. 9 fights, 9 victories. 5 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Woodson, Poland, Damian Polish Knyba.
Hang on. All right, here we go. Good. All right, boxers, you received your instructions early. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch him up. Good luck.
What you're seeing tonight in Damian Knyba is an anomaly. The longest reach in boxing today, 86 inches. And to put that into perspective, Tyson Fury, who's 6'9", has an 85-inch reach advantage, and El Gigante Antonio Mireles has the same 85-inch reach. But tonight, Knyba has just 1 more inch of that, and that's a 9.5-inch advantage over Emilio Salas, the southpaw Puerto Rican heavyweight. Let's get this fight going. Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famer Tim Bradley. Tim, I've been waiting for a long time to say that, man.
It took some time, but I'm in there finally, man. And listening to you talk about Knyba having that long reach, I want to see if he knows how to use it. Right now, he's marching forward, trying to extend with that lead hand, but he's facing the southpaw. So you know the right hand is the punch that he will be looking for tonight.
And he's been sharpening it against some of the elite heavyweights in the world, including the unified champion Alexander Usyk. He went to Dubai to spar Usyk for the Anthony Joshua fight, as well as Adam Kownacki, the Polish world title challenger, Flip Hrgovic, Odo Wallin, and Jarrell Big Baby Miller. So he's been getting some quality rounds. Trying to set up that right, like Tim Bradley said.
That's what it's about. It's about finding that seam in between those gloves. There's a small little window that you have to combat against. You can stick something through that window, a right hand in particular, you could do a lot of damage against the southpaw.
Nice right to the body.
See, the thing is Salas right now, he's fighting at the wrong distance. He needs to find his way inside, come behind the jab, if he wants to get inside. And once he gets inside, he must stay inside. He must not pull straight back and don't get forced out with punches. But stay tight, compact, and work down to the body of Knyba.
Man, you're asking him to stay disciplined and to do things perfectly against a fighter with that reach. But that's what it's going to take. You see how Knyba continues to just paw with that jab, establish the range, and trying to set up that right hand, whether it be downstairs or upstairs. But Knyba's wide with his shots.
I'm looking at that. I'm looking at how wide he is with his shots, Bernardo.
I'm here. Let him go.
And the distance at which he's throwing his shots. He's a little bit too close. He's there to be countered. You have those long arms, use them. He's better if he can maintain this distance outside and run his combinations.
Chop down on the head of Salas, and now lands a nice overhand right. So Knyba trying to find his range, Salas trying to close that gap.
See, now Salas is trying to come behind those shots. Salas now got his range right from the outside. And when Knyba shoots a shot, he slides in or slides out and tries to land his offense afterwards. Smart little change up right there from Salas.
Time!
We're looking at Knyba, the Polish fighter, and Puerto Rico has a future star in Xander Zayas. Hand speed, versatility, poise, charisma, and one-shot power. That's the best way to describe Xander, the man with the weird name. But there's nothing weird about his style. He knows what he needs to do. He's destructive with both the left and the right hand, and he's inspired to put on a show at Madison Square Garden, where a lot of his Puerto Rican fans will come out and show love for this young fighter. He made his pro debut early. He's the youngest man ever signed to Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. He's stepping into Madison Square Garden, Tim Bradley's #2 double stamp prospect. And more importantly, his dream, Tim, is to make this building his on Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend in June. And he has the talent to do it.
Listen to me. Tonight, after tonight, I'm going to start ranking these guys. I put these guys in order in the way I double stamped them. But with their performances tonight, I'm going to start moving these guys from 1, 2, 3 to make it a little bit more competitive for these young guys. Because I know that once they get in, sometimes they get in those fighter meetings, they do not like being at a certain number.
Well, you know who doesn't like to be right here against the ropes is Emilio Salas. And Knyba, he's up close, but when he's at range, landing that long right hand, he's making Salas take a step backward, and he's just punishing the fighter out of Puerto Rico.
Well, Salas got nothing else for him. I mean, look at his legs, all over the place, rubber legs right now, and Knyba is just taking full advantage of it.
Oh, what a right uppercut from Knyba. And referee Harvey Dock is just waiting for Knyba to make him do his job.
Right.
What else he got to do? I mean, he hit him with like 6 straight uppercuts in a row.
He's giving Salas every opportunity here, but if Knyba can put a couple of shots together here, the fight will come to an end at Madison Square Garden.
Right. Time. Over here.
Excellent work from Steve Willis, who is the official who reffed the previous fight. And he saw that Emilio Salas' mouthpiece came flying out, and he advised Harvey Dock about it. And you see the corner taking their time, Tim.
That's what you're supposed to do. Take your time. Maybe even drop the mouthpiece to buy yourself your fighter some more time. But right now, Salas is just outgunned. It's just a matter of time.
It reminds me of Chico Corrales against against Castillo, Jose Luis Castillo. That's exactly what happened. Oh, nice right hand from Knyba.
Oh,
he smells the end, and there's still 1:20 seconds left.
Blood is in the water, but Knyba, again, I'm looking at how he's finishing, how he's throwing his punches, the distance he's throwing his punches from.
And all that matters. Stops the fight. The corner sends the doctor up to stop the fight. Emilio Salas' corner saw enough.
That's great.
And Tim, we've criticized corners when they allow their fighters to take too much punishment. Tonight, the corner did their job the way they're supposed to.
That's what you're supposed to do, honestly. I know sometimes it's hard because you think you know a fighter and you see him in the gym and you know how much he can take, but at the end of the day, the sooner you stop it, especially when he's in trouble, the more life he's going to have outside of boxing, baby.
And
great stoppage.
The stoppage comes at 1:50 of round number 2. And you see the damage that Knyba was able to do to the face of Emilio Salas. He was in a brutal fight.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was target practice, I think, after round 1 for Knyba. Knyba just poured it on. He was hitting him with right hands. He was hitting him with uppercuts, left hooks. He was hitting him at will pretty much. And he was doing it at a distance that I thought it was unsafe for him, but Salas didn't have anything in return. You can see his legs was weakening, round by round, and you can see the desire just wither away.
All right, Tim, walk us through how this fight finally came to an end with the corner stepping in and deciding that they'd seen enough.
Look, it was 6 uppercuts. We might see 1 uppercut, but here you see Knyba right here. There's one. Beautiful uppercut on the inside. You never want to be squared up against the rope. Salas knows that. Still didn't do anything about it. But here's the second uppercut. Coming around the guard, of course, I always tell you, when you have somebody using a high guard, come around it, come underneath. Textbook right here. Finish for Knyba. Coming around the guard once again. Salas using that high guard. And here's the end of the fight right here.
You're going to see the corner jump in. Harvey Doc was taking a good look at it, and they sent up the inspector to stop the fight because Emilio Salas was completely out on his feet. And Knyba, of course, he's a big fan of Andrew Galata, the former Polish world title challenger, but he said, I'm also a fan of Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. And we'll see if he can implement more of their style as he develops here, getting his 10th win. Let's send it up to Mark Chinook for the official time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Madison Square Garden, the blue corner calls a stop to this bout at 1 minute 50 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by technical knockout, Damian Polish Hussar Knyba.
With the knockout in the second round.